Japan is a very lonely place. A lot of women are here who are feeling very, very vulnerable. Women are here, they're lonely, not about the sexual desires and all of that. So you just do like a side glance a while ago. You're like, hey.
Because I was remembering a conversation I had. Um, so yes, where do I begin? I went on a date with a Japanese guy once, an older Japanese guy, and I went on a date with a guy from Nigeria.
Okay.
Mhm.
How was the date with the Japanese? First of all, where did you find him? Did you find him on Tinder?
No, just walking along, minding my own business.
Mhm.
No, I've seen some creeps. I've been stalked here in Japan already.
Really?
Yes, I've been stalked here in Japan already, and I've met some creeps along the way, and it has been quite an interesting journey because um I'm fetishized. As black women, we're fetishized here, especially if you have a more voluptuous feature, whether like a big breast or wider hips with a bigger bottom, as in my case. So you don't look like the typical Japanese woman. I remember there was this guy who lives in my community who he would always, like, I'd always see him and he'd always be trying to call to me or running behind me. And me see somebody running me down. I'm running too. But eventually he caught up with me one day and he was like, oh, can't speak English, so he's using his phone. He wants to get to know me. And I'm like, why? Because I look like the girls in the porn movies that he watches.
He said that?
He said that.
You just want him one thump. What did you say? What was your response?
I was shocked because you are told that Japanese men are shy, and that
Right.
is a lie. That is a lie from the pit of hell. Nothing don't go so. Um, some of them are very brazen, very very brazen. I remember I met this older Japanese guy, and he I had to be careful how I use the word date because in my church we don't date, you know. Um, just went to have lunch and we planned that we were talking, just nothing out of the way. Anybody, if the conversation went up on social media, it would be so boring, people would probably pass it by as nothing. So he was like, I'd like to take you out to lunch. I'm like, sure, no problem. I didn't have anything else better to do anyways. So I'm like, I'm bored. Whatever, free food. So I went on the date and he was supposed to meet up. I'm not going to let you know where I live. So you're not going to come to my apartment to collect me. I'm going to meet you by 7-Eleven. You understand? Which is a good distance from where I live. So I walked to 7-Eleven and I meet him and I was like, so where are we going for lunch? Oh, we can just grab something from the convenience store and then we can go to a hotel. Oh, I was like, oh, yo, I started to curse in my head because I was like, this boy, hot of order. She's like, you're not ordinary.
I am floored.
Convenience store and then to the hotel.
Wow.
So I'm like, what are we going to do in the hotel, sir? You're going to hold my hands? What are you going to pay your money for? Huh? But that was my experiences with on a personal side with Japanese men have been very distasteful. You
Wow.
understand? I've met other Japanese men who are very, very nice. Very nice. When I say nice, I mean not in a sexual way, but they will just be like, oh, even if they like you, they're not going to let you know that they like you. They're just nice to you. You understand? Japan has a culture of giving gifts. And so they will probably give you a little chocolate, or they might just give you something. Or they'll be like, oh, I went to such and such a prefecture, and I brought back this omiyage for you. And they'll give it to you. Something like that.
That's so much a part of the culture that even if that happens, like, I don't think it's that somebody likes me.
Yeah, you're not looking, but in comparison to those Japanese men who have turned out to be dirt, and them who have just been genuinely nice, it's a stark difference to show you that both the young and the old here, you have perverts and really outrightly awful people in every culture. You understand? And I've come to experience that for myself here. Now, as it pertains to the Nigerian young man, hey, now this individual, whenever you go out with him, he would never allow you to spend your money. He's a gentleman in that regard. He'll pay for the meal. Order a lobster? Oh yes, man. Order 4, no problem. You want 6? No problem. Order 6, I'll pay for it. He'll pay for it. But I later on got to understand that this man was living with his woman and child. He told me of his first marriage that had failed when he showed me his 2 children that he had in his previous relationship.
Is that a relationship in Nigeria?
No, here in Japan.
In Japan, okay.
His Japanese wife had divorced him and then left with his 2 children. But, then I got to understand that this man have woman live with them yard and have baby and still trying to play the field because he's a business owner, still trying to play the field. And I'm like, brethren, some women don't mind the fact that you are connected because they're not seeking anything permanent.
Yes.
So you could be upfront and say, I have this individual at home, but so and so and so, and then let the woman decide whether or not she wants to continue something with you. But you're just going to be out there like that and hiding things like that. And I have a sixth sense for certain things, and I have my way of finding out certain things. And I found out, and I was like, ordinary. Come on now, but it is, I guess, in every culture, it's just, it makes you, as a single woman, it makes you think, I know Black women who are here who are married to Japanese men. I know other women from other races who are here who are married to Japanese men. But the question is, are you desirous of seeking a relationship from the men in this country who are citizens of this country? And even if you desire such a relationship from them, will your culture and their culture, will it mesh well together or will it collide? I was fortunate enough when I came here, my next door neighbor who was living behind me, he when I came here, I remember I was laying in my living room here and I heard Dennis Brown playing through the wall. I was like, then later on in the night, about 3 o'clock in the morning, I heard Vibes Cartel. I was like, no, but wait, another Jamaican lived next door. Only to find out that it was a Japanese man who had been to Jamaica 3 times and who had gone to Jamaica, bought this whole heap of records and built a recording studio, and he was just in love with the culture. And for me to just pop next door, a Jamaican at that pop next door, within the time that he was there, he was so grateful and all of that. But nothing developed between us. But I was so appreciative of a male presence with an understanding of my culture being so close by. A lot of people won't experience that. And for women who are desirous of relationships, I find that the Japanese men who they then become attached to, or they become boyfriends or husbands, and things become, relationships blossom from, are from men who they have traveled and they have an understanding of Western culture and Western ways of doing things, as opposed to those who have been here all their lives and who have not even left their prefectures.
Right.
So there's that too. They're more open to relationships if they have an understanding of it's okay to date somebody outside of their own race. But really, I would like a relationship, of course, to be honest. But my faith would dictate that I would have to be with somebody who is from my own faith.
Yeah.
You understand? Somebody who I can pray with, somebody who I can discuss political matters with, or somebody who we can have candid conversations with and they won't take it as an offense, or somebody who we can be friends first and then lovers after.
Yeah.
But it's like a cat and mouse kind of game, searching for a needle in a haystack sometimes, that kind of thing, especially living here in Japan. It's not so easy. More than likely, you might meet another foreigner who you connect with, and then the relationship will blossom from there.
ちょっと難しいですね。
難しいですか。
はい。
理由としてはどういった理由がある？
一番が言葉の壁っていうのがあるのかな。文化の違いとかで日本ではこうだけどその相手の国の方ではちょっと違うよっていう、そういうズレがある。
今日関係ないと思ってます。
本当ですか？
僕がその人のこと好きで、その人が僕のこと好きであれば、それは関係がないです。言葉は上手じゃなくてもそのニュアンスで絶対伝わるんで。